Hey everyone, Ittarra Oda here, bringing you a new somewhat series called Soul Advice. Now, what I'm going to plan on doing in these episodes, or these periodic episodes I should say, is you're going to be seeing Soulcalibur in the background, but the topic of discussion is going to simply be advice, as opposed to the usual commentary of random lulz. It's more of a serious series. What the topic of discussion that I'm gonna have for this video is positive over negative. I've been noticing a huge string of people that just overall wish to quit, give up, especially in communities such as YouTube and so on and so forth. The thing is, though, is that people don't realize when it comes right down to it is you can't just simply give up. Yes, there's a lot of negative to be had, but just as easily as there's a lot of negative, there's also a positive to be had. This goes for generalization of life in general. When it comes right down to it, you can have the most perfect day ever, and all of a sudden everything's perfectly fine. Everybody's happy. But the second that one day goes wrong, it almost as if seems like that day never happened. When in reality, you should hold on to that day previous. A good example is, if you had an amazing day with your friends, or you had an amazing experience, no matter who it was with, hold on to that. Because negative can only hold you down for so long. You never want to allow the negative to control your life, ever, in any way, shape, or form. You have to keep moving forward. Believe it or not, going into the next day is the simplest thing you can actually do, because all you have to do is just make it to that next day. Your choices, as well as various other things, can always happen, but the fact of the matter is tomorrow is tomorrow, today is today, yesterday is yesterday. When you move from today into tomorrow, you lose this day. Make sure that you spend this day, these moments, doing what it is that you want. Hanging out with friends, just making it generally the way you want it to be. Of course, there's always going to be a few annoyances, because this is life, and it is trademarked, so there's an annoyance right there. When you're dealing with life, when you're dealing with anything in general, whether it be video games, Soulcalibur, trying to find the right hobby, trying to find the right job, girlfriend, getting over, relationship problems, the thing that you always have to remember is you're never alone. These people who seem to think that they are alone, they really aren't, because there's always going to be somebody in the world who sees what's going to happen, or who sees what's happening, and they've probably been through it at the same token. When these people always, when these people seemingly always just complain about how bad things are and how bad things are going to be, how sucky their relationship is, so on and so forth, the problem with it is they accept it to be bad. You can try, of course, to make everything better, but the thing is it's never going to be one day everything's perfect. It's not going to be like that. Striving to do good, striving to be positive is one of the hardest things to do in this world, because of the amount of, how can I put it, the amount of just the amount of bad that, is just seemingly shoved down your throat, whether it be by news, whether it be by certain friends, family members. It almost seems like it's a never-ending whirlpool that you can't get out of. However, you can, because every bad thing that happens, there's always going to be somebody that talks to you. There's always going to be something that happens, whether it be seeing a cat video on YouTube, whether it's going to be hearing a puppy yip or just prance around because, it's a little fluff ball of, innocence. That's just reasons for you to actually go into it. It's not a reason most people will see as, things aren't so bad. The thing is that I've noticed personally, because something I gotta tell you guys is I do suffer from depression. It's not, any stretch of the imagination. I'm just able to, hide it, etc., etc. But something I have noticed is, even when in such a form, such a state of mind where, everything sucks, doom, gloom, etc., etc., when you first Smile. That smile is contagious as all hell. You cannot help but keep on smiling. You just have to give yourself that reason to smile. It's not a matter of, you know, oh, I just cracked a smile and that's it. You know, no more smiles to be had. You're allowing yourself to feel that way. If you want to smile, smile. If you want to be sad, be sad. Even insecurities can actually have a hand in it. And we'll go over that in a different time. The problem with it is people focus, because that's just how we're hardwired. We're hardwired to always feel the negative. We're always hardwired to remember the negative, when it shouldn't be that way. You know, people generally, as human beings, we all share one trait and one trait alone, and that trait is strength, no matter what it may seem like. We're all human beings, we all have that will to survive. And that will to survive can scale from being, you know, just this miserable ball of human emotion to being, you know, that, knock something down, to being the happiest that you can be. And, well, to be perfectly honest with you, it's a lot easier, believe it or not, to actually be happy than most people give it credit for. It can be as simple as something random happening, you know, like, yeah, what's a good random? I don't know, a bird landing on your windowsill and, you know, just hopping along in front of you. If it causes you to smile, it causes you to smile. Smiles are contagious as all hell, like I said prior. You just have to allow yourself that chance to actually smile and feel reason for doing so. And a lot of people feel that, well, if it comes right down to it, there is no reason to it. Well, there is a reason, and the reason is regardless of how it may seem, people will care about you in the end, because that's what friends are for. You own these people who, you know, do things for attention, etc., etc. The thing that they're not realizing is that they do have people around them that do care. It's just they're all so self-focused on what has happened to make them feel that way, they lose sight of who's around them. I cannot begin to tell you how many times that's actually happened to me, and I've lost sight of those who were important, because I won't lie, I've done that mistake plenty of times. But, you know, there's no reason for you to continually make the same mistake, because if you keep making that same mistake, you're really going to end up with people not liking you and not wanting to be around you. And the simple truth of the matter of fact of that, that's no way to live. Always try your best to find a reason to smile. Even if you can't seemingly find one, look at other people. Because, honestly, sometimes just seeing other people have a good time can do wonders for you. Don't feel like, you know, because you're you don't know them, that you're excluded in it or anything else. Just be happy with it, because believe me, there's no reason for you guys, for anyone really, to actually feel like they don't belong or anything of that sort. There's always somebody in this world that is willing to be your friend and always willing to work out for you. You just have to actually keep making that continuous effort in order to find that, because I can tell you right now, as long as you try, as long as you give an effort, as long as you take that first step forward, you're going to find what you want. It might take time, it might take anywhere from, you know, 2 days to 2 years to 2 decades. It doesn't matter, because the simple fact of the matter is you found it, and that's the reward that you're always looking for. Well, everyone, I hope that this actually helped you all, and if you know anyone, or if you're going through anything, then by all means, please post it in the comments, and I'll be glad to take a listen and everything else. Excuse me. This is Ittarra Oda, signing off. I hope you enjoy the rest of this match, and I will catch you all later. And I hope you all stay safe, and be safe, and find a reason to smile, because a smile is so much easier than it is to actually stay down. Take care, everyone. Later.
gift.